Hey guys, I hope everyone had a great holiday season. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a Merry Christmas. And of course, I wish everyone around the world a Happy New Year. For me, the holidays were great. Had some time off, spent a lot of time with the family for Christmas and New Year's. Of course, I haven't done any video content here in the last few days. I did the live stream, the end of the year live stream. I did the chat with patrons on New Year's Eve on December 31st, but I haven't made any content for 2024 is because I really have been kind of under the weather. I've been sick for the last few days with some sneezing and coughing. You guys can probably tell I look a little sick. I hadn't shaved my head in about 5 days until this morning, so I actually was starting to look a little bit like a hippie. I actually had a full head of hair, and I almost put that on camera, but I want you guys to still be able to say DT is bald, right? So DT is not bald though. But anyway, I wanted to make a quick little video today to share with you guys what's going on, what my plans are for 2024, because one of the things I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and announce that right now, is I'm going to take a little bit of time off here at the beginning of 2024. I've been thinking about this. Actually, I was thinking about this about a month or so ago. I decided I'd probably take at least a couple of weeks in January off, and then once I got sick and I missed some time here at the office, what I've decided to do is I'm probably just going to go ahead and take the month of January off, because I've got a lot of projects, a lot of things, both channel related and also just life related, things that I've been procrastinating on, things I've been putting off, some things I need to take care of. For one thing, just some general tech stuff that I need to do. I have been doing this YouTube channel now for about a little over 6 years, not quite 6.5 years, and I've never had any kind of vacation. I actually haven't taken a vacation probably in more than 10 years, right? Because none of the jobs I had, I just never took vacations. I've never been a vacation kind of person, but here lately, it's kind of been draining on me. I feel like I need to go somewhere. So the first thing I'm going to do here in January is probably take a trip somewhere for a few days, maybe a week, go somewhere, out of state, do something fun, do something maybe outdoorsy, something, I don't know. I may share that with you guys on a YouTube community post, or I may not, I don't know. But, I'm going to do a little bit of a vacation. But when I get back, what I want to do is I need to actually reinstall the operating system on all of my computers, because honestly, my computers, the workstation here at the office, has had the same instance of Arco Linux running for 3.5 years, maybe 4 years now. It's been that same instance for a long time, and I really need to do a fresh install on that thing, because here in the last month or two especially, I've had some issues. So I know I need to wipe that machine out and do a fresh install. My Arco Linux installation on my home computer has actually been running for 2.5 years probably on that machine. It could probably use a fresh install as well. So I need to spend a couple of days doing that, and it will take me some time doing that kind of stuff, because honestly, I've got a couple of 100 GB of data on each machine that I need to back up before doing the fresh installation, because I've got a ton of music. I've got over 100 GB of music that I always back up and take with me to the next installation. I've got a lot of music saved. Plus, I've got also a lot of other data, PDFs and things that I've saved over the years. And, those backups do take a lot of time, backing up to an external drive and then putting them back on the computers after installation. So I need to do that. I also need to spend some time. I've been putting it off forever. I need to spend some time on my GitLab projects, because I have so many GitLab repositories, and I haven't really checked in on any of my GitLab stuff probably in nearly 2 months now. It's probably the last time I even looked at an issue or any kind of bug reports or merge requests. I've got a lot of merge requests sitting there. And one of the things I want to do, I need to make my life a little easier. I've got too much stuff going on, right? I've a lot of you guys want me to do these random projects, and then, I share a lot of stuff just for educational purposes on my GitLab. So I'll make a video on a topic, for example, like my videos on how to create a GTK application in Haskell, and I'll make a repository on my GitLab for that. But honestly, I'm never going to actually properly develop a GTK application of any kind. I'm not interested. I've told you guys this before. I don't want to be a dev. I don't want to really be a programmer, right? This is a hobby, but I don't like doing that stuff, that much. So one of the things I need to do is I'm going to go and probably just archive a lot of my GitLab repos, because some of them I never work on. I never plan on working on, because some of them, for example, I've got one repo that is a GTK2 theme that I created like 15 years ago. And, I've got that on my GitLab, but I get issues about it because it's GTK2. Hey, when are you going to update this to GTK3 or GTK4? Never. Like, never, no chance I'm ever going to do that. So I'm just going to archive that. I'm going to archive some of the Haskell GTK stuff that's on my GitLab, mainly just for reference for the videos I did on those topics, and some of my other projects that are really not stuff I'm actually interested in continuing. Most of my GitLab projects are actually stuff that I do enjoy working on, but I'm going to archive quite a bit of that stuff. It's just one of those things that I need to do a lot of cleanup work. And then, of course, I've got real life stuff I need to focus on, again, because I haven't really taken a proper vacation. I got a lot of things around the house, around the yard that I need to do. One of the things is, I've never really taken a break from the YouTube channel, like a real break of any extended time. The longest period of time I've gone without making a video, I went 8 days one time between making videos, but that wasn't a vacation. The reason I went 8 days without making a video was because my area was devastated by a hurricane. And that wasn't a vacation, because, those 8 days, that was probably the worst week of my life ever. Like it was the middle of August. It's like 110 degrees outside, and there was no power for 8 days here in my city. The National Guard was having to helicopter in water and food and MREs and things like that, and it was just so not a vacation. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a proper vacation. So I'm going to take probably we'll play it by ear, but I'm probably just going to take the month of January off, and I'll catch it back up with you guys in February. One of the other side projects I do want to briefly mention, because I may mention this when I get back, I've got a book that I've been working on. It's not Linux or tech related at all. But I've been working on this side project of trying to get a book written and published, and I have pretty much written the book as far as I've got the manuscript done, but I really need to go in and work on formatting and spell checking and things like that. And then, of course, creating the artwork as far as the book cover and everything. But I'm nearing the end of that, to where I really need a good couple of weeks to dedicate to that, to get that thing done. Again, just it's a side project. It's not related to Linux in any way. But, I've got these other things in life that I've kind of been neglecting because of YouTube. So again, I'm going to take a couple of weeks off. I wanted to make a video about it just to let you guys know, because anytime I take, more than 3 or 4 days off, I start getting messages from people all over the internet, and emails and Mastodon or wherever you guys, YouTube comments. Hey, where's DT? Anybody know what happened to DT? Is he okay? Is he sick? Is he in jail? What happened to DT? So now you guys know, just taking a little time off. I'll catch back up with you guys here in a couple of weeks. Peace.